came back to the grounds, as most teams do after such a run. But, you know, there's still a lot to love about this Pioneer squad. But, you know, Corelli, for Alpine, a team that I thought would be on a consistent upward trajectory, has found that they're a little up and down the graph lately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of this Alpine team. I think that they're a team that do have the potential to do some incredible things here in North America. But the Pioneers, and they kind of had the same story, right? You know, we thought, okay, maybe they could do it. And they certainly have in the last couple of weeks, especially in the last regional and what they've done in the grid. And then now maybe looking a little bit more vulnerable. So I think this is a pretty even game, if you were to ask me. I feel like both these teams have similar stories. Pioneers a bit more success in their hands, but for Alpine, they have the talent. It's really just about finding that synergy, finding that play that's going to accelerate them into the front. And how about Magic Bear, the pinch off of Jordan, and he'll just take it back for the 1-0 lead.
Exactly how you draw it up. Magic Bear flipping into the wall with no boost, flipping into the ball to pass it to Jordan, who obviously was always going to pass it right back to Magic Bear for the cannon shot on net. And that's how Alpine like to start their games, Corelli. So exciting stuff there to start. It was quite a rebound.
Quick little 1-2. I thought they had pinched it. Rather, it was just a quick little pass off each other. And Alpine up 1-0, and they'll take it now. KCP is going to set something up, and Rapid's going to get the first goal to tie things up.
This is going to be someone's name I feel we'll be saying all series long. Beast mode on the pass. Good control across the wall. Too fast for the defenders to handle him, and he got a great pass out over to Rapid. Beast mode has had, you know, he's a big reason why the Pioneers had gone streaking through the entire North American top half. And he still continues to make waves as he just rolls the ball up. Almost you get first killer vibes looking at Beast mode with how he carries the ball. He wants to be speedy, but also keep that ball notched to the bumper of his car, so he always has a chance with control. Or get a quick pass out to Rapid, and Beast mode is doling it out to Rapid all day for yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he meant to pass that. I think he might have missed it when he might have hit it too hard, but either way, it looked good. It came right down on top of Rapid, and he's able to put away. So nicely set up in the end. And the Pioneers now sitting up 1 goal.
The Pioneers not fussed too much
what a save.
As Beast mode hops up with a great pre-jump save. He looks so casual jumping up there. Perfectly timed flip, too. It's been trouble for Alpine. They have not been able to hang on to the ball. Each of their touches just getting a little too far away from him. And then when Magic Bear does have a chance to catch it, KCP are right on top of him. Like the lateral pass, as Alpine were sitting back, and KCP almost got it by Magic Bear. The shot not good enough. Alpine's defense good enough for now.
Yeah, not a lot of continuation from Alpine. 1 or 2 touches out from their own end, but not able to keep the ball. And everyone going up for this one. Percy actually gets it away for Alpine, and that was much needed as the defense was definitely in a tough spot. And unfortunately, the ball comes right back into their defensive third.
Now Alpine, they do collect all of their boosts. And Percy actually gets the catch, but just going a little too fast to really try to get around the KCP defense, excuse me. Beast mode managing his boosts as much as he can. And he actually gets that challenge out. Beast mode playing really well today. Rapid, his double couldn't get to memory. But if you are a KCP fan out there, you're really liking how Beast mode looks against Alpine.
Yeah, he's been a great pickup. And he's been a great player for them ever since the pickup as well. I think they knew what they were getting with him coming in, but him really coming out and looking good. Rapid, on the other hand, has looked just as good, almost getting a second touch. Beast mode did have his flip, unfortunately not able to put it on target. KCP threatening here as they have for most of the game, and Alpine able to stay alive for now.
Oh, just getting behind it. That was memory this time. Jordan launches another. Beast mode picks it up. And then Rapid is there to put it downfield again. He got a flip reset, but drops too far down. Alpine still having struggles hanging on to this ball. Right there would have been a perfect chance for Percy to get a catch and find a way to funnel it to Magic Bear. But instead, they lost the ball, and it's Rapid behind the mark now. Rapid coming up huge in midfield time and again for the Pioneers. He's been really, as far as that role is concerned, I think their best player when it comes to the midfield game. And it's no difference here. He's more so just playing Beast Mode's tune right now. He's like, you're passing the ball out, and I'm just putting them in. And that's a happy place to be for Rapid as he gets another clear here.
And it's something that Rapid does so well. He's done ever since he was in Rival Series the first time we saw him. He's great at staying behind the ball from his defensive corner all the way into the offensive side. He never lets the opposition have a good, solid, quality chance to clear it away from him. He does a great job of staying behind the ball. And you're seeing it here even in this game. There's a lot of times where even as he's falling down, still staying with it. Here's Beast Mode, has an opportunity to secure the win. They're already winning, but one more for the road wouldn't hurt. And now Magic Bear and co might have an opportunity.
Magic Bear gets under it, flip reset. Does he have more? No, but it drops down. The shot for Jordan, no good. Magic Bear tried to cause chaos, but Pioneers find balance in front of the box. And it's looking pretty good for the Pioneers. Alpine, they had 9 shots on net, and that surprised me initially when I looked at that number because I think I can only remember about 2 of them. They really struggled to hang on to the ball in this game. Pioneers swarmed all over them.
Yeah, Pioneers, I mean, it was a 1-goal game, so it was still close, but the Pioneers definitely looked a bit more organized, I'd say, in this game. And I think that's why the quality of shots was higher. I think that's why you remember a lot more of the offense from the Pioneers than Alpine. Alpine were kind of scrambling to break out of their end for a lot of this game, and they were able to, don't get me wrong, but the setup from there was how fast can we put a shot on target? Can we catch the Pioneers out instead of setting up some quality chances? And that's to credit the Pioneers midfield and defense. They were able to really slow Alpine from breaking out of their own end and making sure that they could get numbers back.
You know, Beast Mode especially, he just wasn't really blocked at all by Alpine. He kind of just had his way with game 1. And if you're Alpine, you're definitely kind of double checking yourself when you see Beast Mode behind the ball after he has that kind of game. You're definitely more, you know, attuned to his presence on the pitch. Percy, 2 touches, but Beast Mode flies in for the save and sets up Rapid and Memory for a quick counterattack. Here's the pass, but Memory couldn't get to it.
Better start here for Alpine. That was a scary opportunity, but they're not immediately on defense. That's a great read from Rapid. My goodness, called him out and put it away. He knew exactly where Magic Bear was going to go with this.
And knew exactly where he was going to put the ball. Look at that perfection. Timing, the jump, the flip, everything. Rapid can see the future, at least in this first minute. Magic Bear, oh, tough angle for Magic Bear, but he had Jordan following close behind him. But, you know, Jordan wasn't playing that really quick pass out. Oh, Memory gonna sneak this through. Alpine trying to retreat, had no answer.
Look at this pass from Rapid. Bang. Right out to Memory, flips into it and everything. Wonderfully set up from Rapid. Boys, he having himself a game here. Getting that first goal and then setting up Memory so well. And credit to Memory, great shot from him, but that was a fantastic pass from Rapid.
Ooh, Memory drops it down. And for Rapid, his midfield game usually lends itself to him being the passer in a lot of situations. We see him, you know, funneling that ball to Beast Mode all the time. But they're starting to just turn into this nice little duo. And they'll trade spots like, yeah, Beast Mode, I can carry this ball for you, Rapid, and I'll find the space for you. Just put it in. Rapid will give him his due diligence. Here's Memory's due diligence to Beast Mode. And KCP, they are marching all over this team.
Another great pass. Finding the gap in the box there. The defense was going to be a little bit slow to that one. And great follow-up from Beast Mode to be so quick on it. And Memory and Beast Mode get the job done for a 3-0 lead for the Pioneers, and they are really pulling away here in this game, looking stronger and stronger.
So what's the answer for Alpine? There's just no response right now to the Kansas City Pioneers. These are high balls in front, and Magic Bear will grab this one. But I mean, a lot of times Alpine are still sitting down, waiting for the shots to come to them. He had no option in front, and it's a fourth ball in the back of your net.
And the defense, I think, is just slow to react to what's in front of them. That one all the way, Memory had, and yet nobody could get up to him. They had already attempted earlier in the play, but it feels like the Alpine defense has got to pick up the pace right now. The Pioneers are just playing at another level.
Well, that was kind of the point that I was leading into, was that, like, why are these high fly, like, why is there so much hang time on the ball in the blue half? Like, why are they trying to receive everything on the corners and the backboard when you clearly see two KCP players sitting around midfield? And Beast Mode has been so tough to get by. Magic Bear can barely bang that ball off the crossbar and get it out. But there's just been no offense from Alpine. It's just been reactionary. It's been, I hope I can get to this challenge in time. I hope I can make that save. And hope is not good enough for Alpine. The Pioneers, methodical and crushing.
And Percy, there's just nothing he could do. He had already crept up too far. He couldn't stop his car in time to turn back around. What a shot from Rapid. 2 goals to his name in this game. Both of them have been beautiful. And unfortunately for Alpine, this game is getting away from him. Maybe Jordan get one. And with half the game left, certainly possible. But boy, do they have work to do.
Yeah, it's a nice little double from Jordan here. Get a little bit more in the confidence bank. But, I mean, they didn't really have a lot of those opportunities at all, where they might try for a solo play, but I mean, they have not put a lot of pressure in front of the box on KCP. And I definitely think, you know, a good portion of it, ooh, nice pinch by Magic Bear. I definitely think a portion of it is just KCP playing, you know, excellent Rocket League, but at the same time, I feel like Alpine, they've not made the best decisions in situations where they had the boost to be able to contend, but then they weren't capitalizing on that. They weren't positioned for what the Pioneers were showing them. They were just kind of waiting for that ball, like, okay, where are they going to put it? And then they would react, which is, you know, it's not going to net you a win most times. And maybe it got away from them after a while and they're feeling like they needed to catch up. It's the booming the ball back, but you can also, you know, for the Pioneers, they don't have to sweat when it's 5-1.
Right, there's really no pressure on the Pioneers at this point. It doesn't even need to be pretty anymore. They just need to close out the game. So for Alpine, you really got to take advantage of the possession given to you and keep the ball. And right now, unfortunately, they can't. The Pioneers doing a great job of just intercepting, really, and being that first man in front of the ball. Here comes Rapid again.
Well, Magic Bear, you kick that ball up. They're working in some limited boost situations. He tries to get the redirect, but nothing's really working for Alpine in game 2. And trying to reset the mind for game 3. Look for a way through this Kansas City Pioneers offense, which has proven quite difficult to get away from. You know, we haven't even seen a lot of like extended defensive stands from Alpine because, well, Pioneers have just been scoring that quickly. Magic Bear, that's a quick launch back over to Percy, and they'll sneak another one in. You know, that's what you like to see from Alpine. You play, you got to play it out, and you got to shake it off. You might as well shake it off while the game is still going, and there's still time left on the clock. So by the time game 3 gets around, you're ready to go.
Yep, and it's a fine setup there from Alpine, and unfortunately, I think it's too little too late. I think the Pioneers know they can afford to give up a couple goals here and still be fine, but there's a lot of lessons learned here in this game, and I think number one, the biggest one for Alpine, is they've got to pick up the pace on defense. You got to control the boost in your own half. The Pioneers just ate them alive here early on in the game, and a couple demos come out, and that was gonna go off the post. Unlucky for Alpine.
You could have really started talking about something there had they scored, but this is going to be a little too much, even for Jordan. He makes a nice move, but regardless, Memory picks up the save. And, well, the Pioneers look like the Pioneers as they threaten to sweep Alpine here at the end of their road.
Yeah, I mean, I said the Pioneers, they looked vulnerable coming into this game. They lost against Plot Twist 3-1, or 1-3 rather. And then they had a close series against Pittsburgh Knights. They only had a singular 3-0 victory over Empty Space. So for them, it wasn't the best, or I would say the strongest showing from them early on. But I'd have to say so far through 2 games at least, the Pioneers have looked like a very good team.
Yeah, Memory, especially early in that game, was hitting the ball really, really solidly and accurately, and that made Alpine's job even more terrifying on defense. So if they can find a way to stop these counterattacks and they can meet the Pioneers at their punch, then they might have more chances on offense, more chances for boost. All around, the Pioneers dominated every phase of the game in that second. So how does the third play out for Alpine? Can they make those adjustments? I've seen it from this team, Corelli. Like, I know that they have what it takes to beat the Pioneers, but they just look disjointed right now.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that comment. Is I think they do look disjointed, and it's you got to get a hold of players like Rapid here in this game. You got to keep track of where players are. The speed at which Pioneers is playing has to elevate your play as well. And this is the last game for Alpine to really step up to the plate.
Ooh. Well, the rebounds already put Alpine in a tough position, but Magic Bear, he wants Jordan. Jordan didn't have anything in the tank to get to it, and Pioneers never left offense. Memory puts another in. He's going to want to score in frenzy in this match.
Yeah, and just no boost. There's just no boost for Alpine. He still tried to take that one away. He tried to. And, but, you know, for Alpine, I mean, that is truly the issue, at least for that first goal, was the pace of play required them to use too much boost, and they just couldn't stick with it. And then ultimately, when the final shot came, they had no boost to catch back up to it.
Well, the same old song and dance for Alpine in the first minute. You can find a way to turn the page on this, but Rapid right over Percy, and Percy is done with it. They were starting to do this at the end of game 2, just starting to run into the players on defense, and that seemed to be working. It gave them a little bit of space to work with, but how many challenges have Alpine won in midfield? Like, when there is a Pioneers player in midfield, how many times has Alpine actually won that challenge? And I could probably count up to 3. And maybe it's inaccurate, but that's certainly what it feels like. Alpine are just constantly chasing the ball back on their own half.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. And it's just these long clears is all they're getting. And Memory has just been soaking them up. And then you got people like Beast Mode, cherry picking at the top of the box. Here comes Rapid. Does he have a flip reset for us? He does, and gets the dunk off the crossbar. Memory tried to force it through. And Alpine alive just for the moment. As Memory whips around, can he do it himself? Percy there to shut him down.
Rapid is probably a little upset because he was like, I was in the right position. How could I expect the ball to bounce that hard in front of me on the rebound? And then even when he gets the flip reset and he gets past the first defender, he still can't get the goal. Percy got bumped. That was going to be a tight passing play, whether or not that occurred. But you like the idea from Alpine.
And that started in the last game, and it's carried over into this game. Alpine have done a better job of finding the gaps in the defense and passing to players with that through ball, but it's just not coming to fruition. I feel like the Pioneers, again, doing a great job of cutting things off.
But this is a rebound for Jordan. He takes the shot, 3 committed from the Pioneers, and Beast Mode will completely nullify the effects of that with a demo. But it's still pretty good for Alpine. They've definitely done a better job taking control of the pitch, and Magic Bear wins this ball as cleanly as he can. Memory struggles for a clear, but Rapid, if he can get a solid power shot, he doesn't need it. Beast Mode got it, and Magic Bear, trouble off the crossbar, he made the save. Memory threw it back around to the side. That's gonna give Rapid another chance. Beast Mode swings in quick. Oh, he missed the ball, and nobody, is it Jordan? It doesn't matter. Magic Bear was flipping forward. He wanted to play the demo game, but then Kansas City, they were able to recover.
And not a lot of boost for Kansas City. They were in a tough situation there. Unfortunately, Alpine couldn't take advantage of it. They had a huge opportunity. Big miss here from Percy. Does Rapid get there? He does! Squeezes it through, and a 2-0 lead for the Pioneers.
In a game where you're already feeling like you're stretching for every opportunity, the pressure gets to you and just completely whiffed on the ball, flipping the wrong way. Now that's got to feel bad for Percy, and it's gotten real tight now with insurance. Pioneers punishing every single step.
And now your work just gets that much longer for Alpine. Only able to generate one shot so far here in this game. Jordan going for some good bumps, opened up some space. That was a tough save for the Pioneers to make. But here they come back the other way.
Little memory. Just trying to make sure that that ball gets funneled towards the box, but Alpine's defense able to get the ball out. But how about more offense? Jordan wants that, 2 taps, but it's still hanging in front. Memory will kick it up even higher. Alpine still hunting. Percy met by Rapid. The backboard defense of the Pioneers has been rock solid. They are the victim of one triple commit, which was made up for by a subsequent demo. Other than that, very spotless.
And with time running out, Alpine needs something desperately to go in with some time left on the clock. They would love, I mean, ideally, at least 30 seconds, but they're not going to get it here. They got to get down the field, but Pioneers just not letting them out. And the boost is running low here for Alpine, and Pioneers still just cutting them off every step of the way.
And in that situation, why is second man playing so far back when Jordan was behind the ball? Like, that's a situation where Percy needs to be ready for it. And that's what's happening on Alpine's passes. They're too far in front. The second man is too far back, but there's 10 seconds on the clock, and you're sitting on the box hoping for a rebound. Alpine struggle throughout the entire match, and Kansas City wiped the floor with them. They make stage 2.
Very strong series here from the Pioneers, in my opinion. I'll say it again. I thought they were vulnerable. This changes my mind. This was a fantastic win on their end. It felt like they controlled every part of this game, every part of this series. Everything went so well for them. Rapid looked good. Beast Mode looked good. Memory looked good. All 3 players contributing. That is a solid team win for the Pioneers.
I absolutely agree. It started off with Beast Mode, whipping out some good passes to Rapid returning the favor, and then Memory kicking his offensive gear into stride. And, you know, that's the Pioneers team that everybody watched wipe G2 Space Station, and it was very just solid Rocket League. I mean, that's all you can really say about it. Alpine, there's still a lot for this team to work on, and they've had their, they had their boom earlier as a team, and there was a lot of hope and expectation behind this roster that they would get better. And I still think that journey might be a little farther down the line than a lot of people were expecting. I still think it's a great team, just don't think it was their game that got in the way of the Pioneers. Round 5 comes up next, marathon mode. Our 2-2 teams try to qualify for stage 2. Who gets through? Find out after the break.